the day of the crash, for example, after the crash, because there is some, screenshot, if I can say that, in my mind, like my mom crying, and
So to go back, your mum was driving the car,
yeah,
and you were
my mom
going on
was
a long trip.
driving the car, and it was a very long way. And at 4 years old, we used to sleep early, quickly when you driving.
Whenever you're in the car.
Yeah, exactly. So I was sleeping with my big brother. He also lost one leg at the same car crash.
Wow.
And because it's something I still don't talk about it with my mom, because she feel very like it's her fault.
Yeah.
If today two kids need to live their life without one with one legs and the second one with no legs at all. So it's something I don't want to she always need to suffer with that for all her life, so we don't talk about that. But what I'm understood, it's like there is some metal to separate the road, and with the shock of the car and the speed of the car, or that metal go inside the car and cut everything,
Wow.
and my legs of my brother, and yeah.
Wow.
So we both lost our legs in the car crash. There is not what I like to save, or it's not after the car
was
car crash.
instant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Jibber with Jabber. Today, I am joined by the man known as Bionic Body.
Thank you.
Edgar,
Yes.
welcome back. Welcome back to Dubai.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
becoming a second home for you now, right?
Yeah. Since my first time, 2018, I always feel like home here in Dubai. So it's something we based now in Dubai. We moved like 4 months ago, and it's something I thinking about a long time ago, and but my wife was not sure, so because she's family person, so she always want to stay close to her mom, and brother, and sadly, her mom passed away 4 months ago, so we decided to try Dubai. To try Dubai.
Because I remember I was talking to you before. I mean, we've
Yeah.
been planning this episode for a long time,
Long
and I was
time.
telling you, come move, come on, it's time to go. And you were like, yeah, it's true. I mean, it's different here,
Yeah.
especially when you have kids, you have boys.
Yeah.
The difference for me between London and Dubai is like, now it's fine, but when they get to the age of 13, 14, 15, you start thinking, what are they doing? Who are they running with?
Yeah.
Who are their friends? Are they going to get into trouble? Could they get stabbed in the street? Like these kind of things, at least this is out of your head in this country.
Because it's very safe also, So we can see what's happened now. For example, in my country, is very dangerous, what's happened. So when you have kids, you always thinking about, the security, how they will grow, to try to make them grow in the secure, atmosphere. So Dubai, for sure, it's a good place for that. Yeah.
And again, we were talking about it before we started the episode. Now, you're in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
You're an athlete. You're big in the fitness industry, well known. I don't think people realize how big and how passionate these Arabs are about bodybuilding and these kind of stuff. You go to Kuwait, you go to Saudi,
that's
you
crazy.
see some monsters, dude. Literally,
that's crazy. Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what cycle you're on, but it's like they look like monsters. Some of them,
and they really, support you. It's like other sport, other professional sport. In Europe, it's not the same mentality and the same way. It's all about this guy take products, or this guy just muscle, but there is nothing in mind. Stupid guy, only look at me. And we still have this kind of bullshit in Europe. So that's so sad, because bodybuilding, fitness is way more than that. It's a life of living your way of life. So it's keep your diet every day, everywhere you going, stuff like that, training. Even if you looks like tired, sick. We don't care. You need to do what you get to do. So move your ass.
Yeah, you have to get in, bro. It's like,
yeah.
and when people are into that training mode, when you start taking training seriously, like a lot of people don't realize it's like there's many days where we don't want to train.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you don't want to go to the gym. I mean, I might not look like it now, but before I was really into fitness, but you just go. It just becomes a thing. You just do it.
Yeah.
You go anyway. It's not like it's like driving. You have to drive to work.
The man is a mission.
Yeah.
There nothing more. So yeah, we all still human being, and sometimes we feel like shit.
Yeah, I can't bother today.
Let's stay in bed.
That's what pre-workout is for, because you're like, I can't be bothered, and then you shake that, drink it, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go.
Let's get
autopilot.
Let's get it. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, you have an incredibly inspiring story, and I want to delve into that and take it way back. Now, if you want to explain the accident, how you got into your situation from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, what I wanted to know is, you were very young at the time, right? I believe it was 4 years old.
4 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't remember clearly when they were 4.
Yeah, at this
Did
age.
the accident make you kind of highlight that part of your life in your memories more than it usually would? Does that make sense?
To be honest, I have some part, after the car crash, and some, like a recovery time, some rehab time in the hospital. The day of the crash, for example, after the crash, because there is some, scream shot, if I can say that, in my mind, like my mom crying, and
so you, to go back, your mom was driving the car.
yeah,
and
my mom was driving
trip.
the car, and it was a very long way. And at 4 years old, we used to sleep early, quickly when you driving.
Whenever you're in the car.
Yeah, exactly. So I was sleeping with my big brother. He also lost one leg at the same car crash.
Wow.
And because it's something I still don't talk about it with my mom, because she feel very like it's her fault.
Yeah.
If today 2 kids need to live their life without one with one legs and the second one with no legs at all. So it's something I don't want to. She always need to suffer with that for all her life. So we don't talk about that. But what I'm understood, it's like there is some metal to separate the road, and with the shock of the car and the speed of the car, or that metal go inside the car and cut everything,
Wow.
and my legs of my brother, and yeah.
Wow.
So we both lost our legs in the car crash. There is not was like to save, or it's not after the car car crash. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So do you remember waking up from the accident?
Yeah, because I was like lying in the floor, and I was waking when I woke up because of my mom voice, cry. I said, "What's happened?" And I tried to figure it out, and now I saw the blood, and I didn't feel my legs anymore, And then we was very close to death, my brother and I, because we lost so much blood. And thanks to God, a guy stopped and drive off at the nearest closest hospital for the first, emergency. So yes.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean, hearing that story already is incredible. But as a parent, myself and my children are the same age as you were. Like it breaks my heart to think about that kind of situation. So I can only imagine what your mother was going through at the time.
Sometimes because she's still in France, and we used to talk together, because she's a warrior. She had a lot of health issue, because she works a lot for us. My father also. We was like nine children. A big family, no money. And they work a lot for us, So my mom, she can't work anymore because she have knee issue, and that's very incredible, because she's still happy with life, you know. She still like stay positive. She always told me, and this is also why I keep pushing, because I keep that sentence on my mind. So if you don't do it, nobody will, you know. She always told me that since the beginning. So today I know, when we used to talk, she very proud of me, because she was wonder herself, what will be my son's life now without legs, you know, at 4 years old. And when she see me now, you know, the guy I became, you know, she feel like very proud of. And she, you know, she feel a bit more free now than, you know,
Than before,
yeah.
because now
Yeah,
you've accomplished so much in
exactly.
your life.
I have my kids, you know, I'm married, you know, I'm living something, you know, I never, if someone told me that in the past, I say, no way, you know.
Yeah, so this is what I wanted to ask. So I don't know if you remember, but because I also want to ask a lot of questions that I know will help people and also help other amputees who are freshly amputated or younger or older. At that age, how did you accept, or when you received the news? I mean, obviously you looked and there was no legs, but was it a reality to you? Because at 4, you don't really know. You might think, oh, they'll grow back, or you know what I mean? Like,
you know, I used to say it was a bad thing for a good thing, because at that age you don't care about anything, you know. You just want to run, to play like other you know, friend of you, you know, 4 years old, 5 years old. So I think was also that hard time helps me a lot to be strong, and to always find a way to do what I want to do. You know, I learned to running. I remember that I still did, or I still do. Sorry, bicycle. I can jump. I can. Swim without my leg, but only with my arm. But you know, I always find a way to do what I want to do. So, to answer your question, I would say it's way simple to live something like that when you are young than when you are, you know, older. Exactly.
Because it's less adaptation, because
it's a new life when you already, you know, like 20, 30, you know, and so you need to readapt yourself, and it's hard. You know, sometimes I got message from people, you know, get like a car crash, motorcycle crash, and they are lost because it's a new life, you know. And for myself, I grew up like that, you know. So for me, what's my life?
That's pretty much all you know.
Exactly. So it was way simple, I think.
Did your older brother find it a lot more difficult than you did?
Sorry?
Your older brother, did he find it more difficult?
No, the same thing, you know. The same thing. We still, you know, we moved together in France because I lost my legs in South America. I was born in South America, French Guiana. And so at this time, the hospital was not really, you know, I don't know how to say that, but try to find my word, but it was not
good level
enough, you know, to keep us, you know, in the good health and the good secure about our legs. So we went to France in the rehab center, one of the biggest in France, and we stayed around 1 year. And then we learned how to walk, how to do all this stuff. But at the beginning I was with wheelchair. We stay a long time with the wheelchair. Even if I went back to France, sometimes when the pain was very hard, getting back to my wheelchair and going to school like that. I remember that my brother used to, you know, switch together for one to drop me, to take me, and it was crazy.
Wow. Do you ever get maybe no, because I have a couple of friends who are also amputated. They get phantom limb syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
You ever get that still?
No. I think
because of the age,
I lost,
right?
Yeah, exactly. I was too young.
Yeah.
But I have a close friend of mine. He's also a bodybuilder without just one arm. he lost one arm in a car crash also. And this guy is strong, very strong. He used to do like a dumbbell press, 50 kilo.
That's what I do, bro. What are you talking about?
He take the dumbbell with one arm. And this
Wow.
guy very, very strong. But I know this guy deal with that.
Yeah, so because they say sometimes it feels like
painful.
your fingers are still moving, or
Yeah,
like you remember where your hands was, but it's not there.
Not there. Yeah,
That's crazy. So one thing I want to ask you is children and other children. So children can be very rude.
Yeah.
And not because they want to be, it's just they ask what they see.
Yeah.
So when you were younger, did you how were you received by the other children around? Because like a child will come to you and say, you have no legs.
Yeah.
And it's not because they want to be mean, they just notice the obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So
exactly.
How did you deal with other children who maybe teased you, or did you get a lot of teasing, or how did you kind of find your way around that?
Yeah, I can remember what my childhood was very hard also, but I'm really lucky because I have a strong family, and but yeah, as you said, children at this age, they are very rude, they don't care, they don't, and I was not the guy with a lot of friends. It was very hard. Just me, it was very hard, and my save. I don't know to explain you that, but my windows, my free thing was to eat, So I was like It was
like comfort eating.
Yeah. So it was very my thing to be like to accept, to accept all those
escape.
Escape, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was to stay with my family, eat a lot. So that's why I was very overweight in one point of my life, and I would say because until my studies, for example, my high degrees, everything starts changing at this point on my life, before when I started fitness, the same thing. I used to wear like a jean jogger because it was like a shame for me to show people or to speak about my disability. So it was very like a shame, something I never talk about. Only my close friends knew that. And since everything changed after when I start my fitness journey, but it was very hard. My childhood was very hard, and I really grateful to get my family. My mom, she always support me, and when she saw me crying, stuff like that, she always say, "Listen, my son, life can be very hard, but because we are God believer, she used to say, God give for his strongest, warrior challenges. So take it like that and keep believing." So yeah.
Man, I can imagine, because as you're growing up, your hormones are changing, right?
Yeah.
So you have new insecurities that start coming, and I guess the way forward would be to turn your insecurities into a superpower, right? Like, this is not my disability, but this is something that makes me more special than the other person, right? Yeah, my strength.
Yeah.
Again, when you went to, was there a defining moment for you where something clicked and you were like, from today no more, like I'm not going to feel sorry for myself anymore? Or what was that defining moment? Was it over a long period of time, or was it
no, was very short, like one shot. I will tell you one story. I was in Paris before, because I used to work like a sales manager, and I remember I was in the office with my colleague, and I have one colleague told me, "Listen, Edgar, I have a good professional photographer of mine. He looking for." I was already start my fitness journey, but it was like a shame, always training with my jogger, no leg day, was changing myself after my training in the bathroom. No, in the changing room, but I was very like ashamed and was very
very self-conscious.
Yeah, so it was a shame for me to just change myself and to see the reaction of people. So she told me, just contact this guy and tell him about your legs and what's happened to you. So maybe he gonna see that like a good thing, and he will like to shoot with you. So I say, okay, let's do that. And I contact this guy. He say, let's do that. But the day of the shoot, come without jogger, without pants, only short. We need to see the legs, so you're prosthetic. So I say, okay, let's do that. I remember the first shoot, I was like the pose was like that. I was supposed to be like a runner, waiting for the signal to start running. And he shot like that and just post it on my Facebook and tag me, Facebook on his page and tag me. And I can remember that day, my phone start, the notification going crazy. I say, what's happened, And then when I tried to figure out, I saw the pictures. He didn't tell me anything about.
Wow.
And I start reading the comments, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that, because people who didn't know that, there was surprise about that. And they say, you should show people, everything is possible. And this is how I create my Instagram page, my Facebook page, and how I became, Bionic Body. So this is the story behind, why I start, doing my social media life and the beginning of Bionic Body.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. I mean, the first time I saw you, we didn't meet then, was in the muscle show. So I was on the PhD stand and I was doing something there, and I remember you walked past, and I just remember thinking, this guy looks so cool, bro. Like it was like something out of the Terminator. Like I felt like we were in the future, and you were just like half bionic, half man, just walking past. And I remember going, oh shit, that looks so cool, bro.
I did a video with Blessing.
Blessings.
Yeah, half human, half machine. He used to call me like that. And that's cool,
Yeah, bro.
Today, I think, and we can see a lot of now people on social media name like Bionic stuff, Bionic. And I think that's from,
from when you started.
Yeah. And that's so cool, People, sometimes I get some messages about people say, thanks to you, I move for fitness. I move to, I doing what I really love, and I wear my shirt, and I don't care about, if people don't like it, if people like it. So I feel free. And because you looks so natural, so normal. So if you can do it, we all can do it. So that's so I feel like, very, I did something great,
Yeah, of course. And I think it's really important as well. Do you know Darine?
Yeah. We did a photo shoot for Vogue.
Yeah.
Vogue
so
Arabia.
She's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
When she goes to the gym, I mean, her prosthetic is from the hip down.
Yeah, exactly.
Always up. She's got diamonds bejazzled on it and all that stuff. And
bling,
it's just
bling,
like,
bling,
yeah, exactly. And it's like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, I cannot totally understand it's difficult in the beginning when you're very self-conscious and you're like, how will people accept me? And,
exactly.
And you'll find 99% of people will actually look at it and go, wow.
Yeah.
There will always be the 1% hater on Instagram who will have to say something stupid.
Yeah, this guy miss calf day.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You will always get that. And sometimes I think, like, what's wrong with the world? Like, what's wrong with human beings? I'm like, of all the things you could have thought to say on this photo, you took it upon yourself to go. But to be honest, like, our calves are not much different. I've got very skinny calves. It's genetics, bro. It's genetics. So how, because, and here's another thing. I've seen you train a lot.
Yeah.
You put me to shame when it comes to this. How long did it take you to trust yourself and trust your prosthetics? Because you don't leg press light weights, bro.
No.
And I'm talking about like 45-degree angle leg press.
Yeah.
Now that could be really scary thinking, because you must have a lot of trust in your prosthetics.
Yeah. To be honest, I still ask myself how,
Yeah.
but there is like a max, weight max. But there is long time I over,
Yeah, past it
I
long time
yeah,
ago. Yeah.
long time. So one thing I can tell you today, it's Osio. It's my sponsor about that.
Okay.
It's very quality because for now, no issue
Really?
yeah.
And the thing is, lucky you got a sponsor.
Yeah,
Those things ain't
yeah, it's
cheap, bro.
very very expensive. In France we are very lucky because we have a national
NHS
help
like it,
from
yeah.
the government. So it's something we don't pay.
But they won't give you this quality.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
If you want this quality,
Yeah, they'll
better
give you some. They'll be like, "We'll make you
to
walk."
add like
Yeah,
yeah,
but you're not getting no carbon fiber.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So, but yeah, this is why in France we are so lucky compared to other countries in the world of Dubai, America, and stuff like that. Because it's the same for the when you're going to the doctor, you don't pay.
Same as London, NHS. But at the same time, it's like when you go to the NHS, it's like, okay, we'll do it for you in 6 months.
Yeah.
Like you go on the waiting list and it's a long thing, but you'll get it done in the end. You know?
Yeah.
So how much does one of them cost?
Just one side, it's around 7K.
7K.
Yeah.
Pounds.
Yeah. Euros.
Yeah,
sorry.
euros.
Yeah. So.
Bro, it's expensive.
Yeah.
You can't be
Yeah,
be messing around with those.
No,
bro.
trust me, it's very expensive. But I still don't know why. Because it's something
It's something they could
supposed
make.
to help people.
Yeah, exactly.
The same for medications. I don't know. It's at the end, it's always about money. It's about business. But
that's what it's about.
Yeah.
And they don't want to, like, for example, you're being sponsored because you have a big name. For somebody that isn't, they're not giving them away free.
I went in India, bro. It's very hurtful because people without legs, no wheelchairs, the only
Crawling.
one way, exactly, to move it.
Just crawling on the floor and stuff.
So when sometimes people say, life is hard, I used to tell them, bro, trust me, your life is very great because you really don't know what's happened outside,
It can always be worse somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So take a step back and take a breath and just keep walking because life can be truly hard. So I can understand you need to pass some difficult time, but trust me, there is, as you say, worse situation, So
dude, it's crazy. How did you deal with, again, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions that I feel like might help other people in your situation. I can only imagine I get self-conscious myself, and I have all my limbs. So when it comes to stuff like dating, how do you build the confidence to get past that? When I'm not talking about once it's a friend and you've been friends for a while and then you develop a relationship, but how do you get over that depression, get over that self-consciousness and gain the confidence? Not that the other person would necessarily care. Do you know what I mean? But for you, I'm talking about from your side. Because love is love, and you could have no arms and no legs, and there's people like that. The guy, I can't remember his name, but there's a very a motivational speaker. He has nothing from legs down and 2 arms. Nick, he's been married for a long. So, like, love has no boundaries or no colors. But for the person themselves, you must have that kind of, especially being young when you first start dating, that kind of doubt. Like, how am I going to approach this, or how am I going to be confident? How am I going to show her the real me? Without this being the focus?
To be honest, it's something I deal with for a long time. I was not, the guy who a woman used to, run after. It was very hard time, until my 20s, I would say. It was very hard. I had some girlfriend, but nothing crazy. At young guy in my age used to, if you want to be the guy in, so there is exactly. So it was very hard for me. What changed? I would say first the fitness way. As I told you, I was overweight, and I think my goal was to be happy with the guy I see in the mirror. So I started working out, dieting, stuff like that. and like I would say maybe 80% of people going to the gym, it's for that, to feel better, to change, to get more confident.
So
And the gym really helped me, and I think today women can see that when you really confident, and even if you are not like Brad Pitt, stuff like that, or you live with a disability, when you get that
it's like an air around you.
You feel, they feel that, and I think that can be very selective, selective.
Yeah.
So I would say my self-confidence get better. I feel better, and I have a personal style with my legs, and I think with like I try to say that, but don't feel like I'm a playboy now. I will not say that, but it's way different now.
Yeah.
Even on my social media, sometimes I get DM, stuff like that. Even if I'm married, you know. But
you get more when you're married, bro. It's the worst, bro. Honestly, when I go out and I'm wearing a ring, and more girls are talking to me, and I'm like, I'm wearing a ring. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's that mental thing for them that when a man is married, they know that somebody wants them.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why somebody wants them. Do you know what I mean?
True,
So you become more attractive.
Yeah, exactly.
All the single guys around the place and all the other guys are like, nobody wants them. There's nothing.
Free,
they're free for a reason. There's something wrong with them. But when somebody captures you and goes, I want to put this on you and you're mine only, there's like, okay, something special about this guy that there's a reason why. Yeah, so that's why it gets worse.
So yeah, I think you need to try your way to be more confident, to accept yourself, accept your situation, because everything starts from that. Accept yourself, accept who you are now, and from that point you will feel way better, and you will feel way your aura gonna be way positive, and just try to live your life like you are, and you are normal. So there is no point to feel like different or still like that. So I would say manage to be confident. It can take time for sure, but find a way to be more confident, and everything gonna be fine after that.
Yeah, I think it's a slippery slope, right? Because you can go two ways. Yeah, and this is not just from being amputated or something.
Everything.
For everything, is you can either get depressed.
Yeah,
I mean, most people get depressed.
Yeah, most.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So you can either grow from it and become twice the man or woman that you are, or you can go deep and really go the opposite way, deep, become overweight. And what a lot of people don't realize is that, from being in fitness, that food has a big part to play in your brain. The quality of the food that you're eating. If you're depressed and you're eating McDonald's and pizzas and shitty stuff, you're going to be more depressed because of the chemicals in the food and the way it's made. So
exactly,
you can literally just, and it becomes a point where you can't see a way out anymore.
And you're going down and down and down. And at this point, you're starting taking medication, and you reach that point of, to getting back.
It's a point of no return. It's worse. You might as well just stay there, and especially if you don't have good people around you. The circle around you is really important to support, like a support group as well.
I'm very family person, and as I said, and for example, my best friend is my little brother. He used to do bodybuilding also, but now it stopped because get his business, he get his first son, so. And this guy loves food, so it was very hard for him to keep on diet, even if he get a incredible, physique and genetics. We are same mother, same father, but
completely
different physique. But this guy is my best friend, and every time I feel like something wrong, even if my wife, she's also my best friend, but it's not the same.
because you also have to be strong around your wife as well.
Exactly.
Because if
don't
you're,
show her, you know,
if she's, you know, feeling depressed and you're feeling depressed,
Yeah.
then who's going to carry the family, or who's
exactly.
And that's the problem with a lot of men in relationships, that if they don't have that person to go and talk to other than their wife, they just have to hold their depression and hide it and pretend, keep it inside, and eventually it builds up so much that they might just explode one day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there is a situation gonna be worse than if you get someone sometime to speak with. But yeah, my little brother, my mom also sometimes, but there is when it's about, you know, boys thing, you know, I used to talk with my brother. So as you say, the circle is very, very, very important, you know. You don't need to get like you know, a ton of friends.
If you can, if you can count them on more than one hand, you're doing something wrong.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know. So just close as possible. You know, true friend, and don't be shy to talk with. You know, and some people need to see like a specialist. You know, because they can't speak about with some close people, so close friend, and it's better for them. But yeah, at the end, I think to just put that, you know, that all this thing, you know, is very heavy inside. Put them outside.
It's very freeing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's actually a gift. I don't think people realize, because we always don't show the full side of ourselves. You know, when we tell things, we kind of make things attractive, not just to make ourselves look better, but just to not worry other people and whatever. And there's nothing more freeing than having someone that you can. I mean, I have a friend of mine, my friend Shane, he's my brother. I mean, we're inseparable. He lives in London, but there is no secrets. There is no, we are just ourselves in front of each other. And to be able to do that, it's so like
you feel
refreshing,
great.
you know. You know that this person knows me through whatever, through my bad, through my good. Even when I fucked up, like, you know, when you do something and you fuck up, you might make the fuck up look smaller in front of other people, but to that guy, you're just like, oh bro, I fucked up, man. And to be able to just tell someone the truth, it's something you can't buy, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And I think more today, you know, everything is fake, you know, that social media life, you know, it's hard to get the truth. So
what about when you had your own children? Because again, it must have been in your mind, how are they gonna?
I was scared.
Let's talk about that. How did you?
I was very scared, you know, for two things, because I'm from big family and I know without money it's very hard. So for that, and the second point was about to speak about my legs, because there is one day, exactly, you need to sit and to talk with your son, you know, your kids. But you know what? I was very surprised, because all my kids, you know, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. And for example, my son, who have 12 years old now, is because I'm Bionic Body. So, but he used to talk to talk with his friend, like my dad is like a hero, you know. It's like someone special.
He's a superhero,
exactly.
Especially with all this Marvel going around, this stuff is just
exactly. So at the end, I was scared for nothing, because trust me, and this is a message also for people, you know, with disability and scared to be father, mom, because like me before, you know, there is nothing wrong, and trust me, you know, your kids,
they'll accept no matter what.
Exactly, they will be like normal. There is no way to see you different. You still father, mom of these kids. So did you
have to just throw it? Don't worry, get on camera, throw it, bro.
Thank you.
So did you have to kind of train them as well mentally? Because again, like we said, other kids are dickheads. Like when they're young, again, they don't mean to, but when they get older, like 7, 8, 9, that's when some of them want to be dickheads. Like I'd say 0 to 5, they're accidental dickheads. 5 to plus, they're just dickheads on purpose, because they want to bully people and they want to, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I can just imagine your son having an argument with someone in school, about something completely different. Kid has nothing to say back. He goes, yeah, well, your father has no legs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this is the
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that
yeah,
would
yeah.
come. Did you have to prepare him? Like, hey, listen, some people will say dickhead things, brush it off, or
To be honest, not really.
Mm.
My first son, I think they know, how to explain that, with age, and at this age, for now, it's something we don't really talk about it. It's really like a normal situation. So yeah, and I try to also learn my kids, to accept different situation, because I think the big mistake we parents used to do is that don't try to learn them kids about, to accept the difference. Some people can be black, white, maybe strong, overweight, and skinny. It's all of this kind of people still human beings, so we are all the same. So I think it's a big mistake parents used to do, because they say, okay, it's kids, you're gonna grow and gonna learn, but if you don't do that,
it's really important, really important. And I mean, I'm from your school of thought that I have, for example, my friends who are both deaf, two deaf brothers. So I let my kids try and learn sign language with them on Zoom and see that people are different. And also a friend of mine who has a prosthetic hand, I let them meet them, and I was like, look how cool this is, like kind of thing. I mean, I'm taking you to meet the boys as well. I'm gonna be like, my friend's super cool, I'm gonna make you put your blades on. I'll be like, watch him run. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's
a good point.
They have to learn.
Yeah, exactly. And we now, because we all still human being and still the same, but there is different situation, but at the end we still have the same blood, the same heart, the same thing. So we really need to learn our kids that. So yeah,
really important.
Yeah, this is one point. It's one of my main point about my kids' education.
Yeah, I think it's really important. And for anyone that has any friends who have any disabilities or any of these things, you have to teach your children acceptance, and you have to teach them,
for sure.
Most importantly, if you see anyone bullying or anything, then you need to be the first to stand up,
respect,
and and defend and whatever, because I mean, it's the same with anything, bullying in general. It's just like, I teach my kids, if you see someone bullying someone else, you join that team of the person getting bullied, and then there's three of you. Lucky there's twins, right? So there's three. You always make the numbers bigger. There's three of you against that one person, and then they think twice again about bullying that person when he knows he's got backup that come in doubles. When did you decide? Because you have your own competition now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you started doing the bodybuilding competitions yourself.
So I became a pro bodybuilder, and at the beginning I started in the wheelchair division, and that was funny, but at the same time was hard to accept. But once I won my pro card, they told me I'm not allowed anymore to compete with the wheelchair guy. I say, why? Because I still have my disabilities.
I still don't have legs. They didn't grow back, bro.
So what's wrong? And at the end, I can understand, because the wheelchair division, I would say like 50% of this guy does not work, They really need to adapt themselves to training, because they're like a paralyzed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Paralyzed.
Yeah, paralyzed, yeah. So I can understand that, but at the end, the only one disability categories is wheelchair. Yeah. So what I can do?
But they have amputee category now.
There is some federation where you can compete as you want. I mean,
like WBFF. You can go and have.
You can go if you are like one leg missing, one arm missing. No, they're mixed together. And go on stage like that. There is some federation like NPC. My federation, there is only one disability category, it's wheelchair. So if you miss one arm, it will be hard, to defend, because just to pose with only one, that's at the end.
Like you're not doing a double
stupid.
buy.
Yeah. Like, that's stupid, but this is one rule. So when they told me that, I say, okay. I wish the big boss so of the federation. He told me this is very difficult for me also. I can understand you both guys, but better to do another one categories. So I I did I did since that day until 2019 was my last year of competing. I did classic physique, so I was on stage with normal people. At the end, was better for me, because my main goal was to beat some normal guys, and I did. So at the end was cool because as you
showed
said,
that, yeah.
I have legs. I do my legs training. My legs are, looks great. If I can say that. So it was better for me to show my legs on stage than to be on wheelchair with a jogger. So at the end, it was a good thing. So my last one was 2019, and then COVID. I had also surgery on my shoulders. Was very hard, and I say I need to do something, because I want to stay in bodybuilding stuff, but for now I don't want to go on stage, because I'm also getting older. I'm 37, and I have 3 kids. It's different.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, I have a friend of mine. He's one of the biggest bodybuilding promoter in Canada. We start talking about that to like collaborate to create because before there is no NPC show in France, and I say was maybe the opportunity to do something great and to keep it on the bodybuilding stuff and to be proud of, So we did the first one, the Bionic Body Classic last year, and was we didn't expect that.
It was a huge turnout.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. We the goal was even if we get like 50 athletes was a good thing for us was the goal. We got way more, and this year we did the second edition. We get the double of athletes. It was very a good vibe, and so it was the best show in France. So
Wow.
I'm very proud of that, and yeah. It's like a great
growing
achievement for me.
Just to add to the other lists and all that stuff of achievements that you've done.
Yeah,
it seems to be getting more and more and more, right? You have to.
I would love. I would love, and I would love also to do more than only bodybuilding, because bodybuilding it's still in my heart. It's it's something I really love. I keep watching all the shows. If I can go there, I go to see the show. But I would like to do something way more than only like this small part of human, because bodybuilding is very short. It's like a very small part of people know bodybuilding. The other people,
world,
they don't care about that.
But is it something else in sport that you want to do, or just something else in general?
In general,
Okay. Did you ever think of joining the Paralympics?
I think I'm too old now.
No, but before, once you started.
No. I think maybe if I can go back, it's something I would like to do.
The sprinting and all that stuff.
Yeah. Because I remember when I was young, I used to run very fast. Now I can run, but not like before, because also
because you're heavy, dude. All that muscle trying to move it around. But did you have blades then, or you were running with the
swing? Well, I can run with that feet, but they are very heavy.
Yeah,
it's I need to get like maybe 2 prosthetic, one for normal life, normal situation at home, walking, like with weight, like lightweight, and this one, so the strong one, for training, it's very heavy, and for running, when the blade, you see
they're expensive as shit as well, right?
But you know what? Thanks to my sponsor, I have one pair.
Okay.
And I used to, but not every day. But sometimes when I want to run, I just
change it up.
Yes, change them, and you feel way light. You feel like
Yeah.
I don't know. The main goal is to to make you feel like you have your uncle, you know, to
Yeah.
to get
To
that,
get that.
yeah, exactly, when you need to push yourself, and yeah, you feel like you know, you want to jump because they are very light. They are made for that. So
Was it hard to walk on them first when you did
yeah,
because
so
of the difference? You're
yeah,
like, oh shit.
yeah, exactly, because there is no foot,
Yeah.
so you can't stay just without
Still,
moving.
yeah, you need to start
So
running. Yeah, they're
you
made
need to
for
be
running.
like a dunk, you know, or running, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they are so crazy to use. Yeah.
Now, you were saying that you didn't talk to your mum about anything like that because, and again, I can understand, or even start to begin to understand what your mother was going through, because, I mean, I had a situation with my twins. Long story short, one of them put his hand in the juicer.
Wow.
When it was on,
Yeah.
juicer took his hand out. Literally, when we took his hand out, it looked like he grabbed the grenade and it exploded.
Yeah.
And this was when my wife was in the kitchen with them. He thought it was off. He did it. Till this day, she's kind of thinks about it. And, you know, when it was happening, she was all over the place and telling me, I'm sorry. I'm saying, there's no need to say sorry. Like, obviously, nobody's going out there thinking that this is going to happen. Just sometimes God puts things that happen and you have to deal with it. But the point I'm making is that even though you've never said to your mom, it's your fault.
Yeah.
She still would have
still,
that inside her because it's a parent thing and
Yeah.
it's uncontrollable and whatever. Have you never sat down together and just kind of discussed things, or have you ever spoken to her and said, "It's Mom, I know it's not your fault," or anything like this?
It's something we need to do.
Yeah.
You right.
It'd be hard.
Yeah. But for now, you know, I know she's very proud and happy, you know, to see or what's, you know, the both kids, you know,
Achieved.
yeah, exactly.
Became,
now, because we both are parents, you know, but yeah, I think it's something we need to do. Yeah, it's something we need to do.
And it's like,
yeah,
but I know what you're like. Where do I start? Where do we have this conversation? But I think it's not for me to tell you what to do. But I think it's important for you and for her as well, that, you know,
to talk about it. And I don't know if they will feel like more free, you know, after that. But yeah, it's definitely something. Yeah, we need to get out.
Just for her to even hear that from you.
Yeah,
like, it's not your, you know what I mean? I know it's not your fault. As a parent, I mean, it's just a difficult situation. I couldn't possibly tell you where to start or tell you what to do because, like I said, as a parent myself, it's just an impossible situation, and it's like it's worst case scenario for a parent, right?
For sure,
that happening.
For sure,
that's like worst case scenario.
It's just same for me, you know. My last kids, you know, used to run every time, and we were in France, and there is a big, like a window, a big, you know, portail. It was like a community, you know, and that day the portal was open, and the last one used to run, and I told you, very speed, and he start running to go out, and there was a lot of car, you know, used to, and I can't I remember that day, you know, because maybe if my son was close to me, you know, something I can
something's
just
out
take
of your
it
control,
and thanks to God, you know, it was very close to the car, because there is at the same time a speedy car, you know. And I was like, my wife starts crying because she saw all the scenes, you know. And I was, wow, something will be very, very difficult now, you know. So as parent, you know, it's the same for my mom, my dad, you know. It's something very hard to live, you know. So,
and on top of that, for her to have that feeling, it's my fault, and to have the responsibility of, but I need to make him the best he possibly can be, and hide all this that I have, inside
Yeah.
me, but show him
Yeah.
that we're strong and I'm strong and he's better and he
Yeah.
has this. All of that together must
Yeah.
have been
Yeah.
incredibly
Mix.
like
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
so strong, bro. Like
Very, very. You know. As I told you, I think there is nobody stronger than my mom. You know, even now, she used to get like because she get jellies. I don't know when your shit. Sorry.
I've said fuck 3 times in this podcast. Don't worry. You
Yeah.
can say shit, bro.
Yeah. You know when your kidney doesn't
Ah, okay,
working.
yeah.
You know.
Jaundice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she need to go to hospital 3 weeks, three times a week and stuff like that. She can't walk anymore. She's still smiling, you know.
Yeah.
She's still like
Just incredible
God,
resilience, man.
God, yeah, God.
Yeah.
We, you know,
Yeah.
everything was written. So, yeah.
Is it who inspired you growing up? Is there anyone that inspired you? Anyone you
Other
looked
people from without my family circle.
separate from that?
I would say God,
Mhm.
because as I told you, you know, we grow with, you know. I used to go to the church,
church, yeah.
you know, and I used to say, you know, everything was written, you know, because even if today I need to get back and say, okay, your legs are bionic body. What is your choice? I will for sure take my legs. But what I'm living now, what I live, what I the country, you know, I move. I met Arnold Schwarzenegger 2-3 times. The big of the fitness industry, you know me. I was just like the simple French guy, you know. You know, that's so. What I want to say from that, it's everything was written. So it was a very hard time, but at the end, because fitness guys, there is a lot of guy on social media, you know. Even a guy with disabilities, you know, doing fitness, there is a lot. But living what I, you know, like going to expo, traveling,
being
stuff like
invited,
that.
different shows and all that stuff. Yeah,
it's very hard.
and having those friends. Yeah, I mean, some of your friends are the biggest people in the fitness industry.
Yeah. So, God was for me. It's still, you know, my support. Very and inspire me, you know, because I used to also read, and there is some, you know, in the Bible, you know, you can read some, some strong quote, you know, some quote, strong stories also, you know, about that, and I think this is can helps, you know, can helps you to say, okay, fuck, I can do it, you know, I can do it, I can keep fighting, keep pushing, you know, and go up every time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of people on before you who were part of the UFC and they were part of the Khabib team. And one thing they mentioned is people of the book are different because they don't fear you.
Yeah.
They don't fear the other guy. They don't fear these situations because they're people of God.
Yeah.
Everything is written. Like they believe that, you know, the destiny is there and everything's there. So why am I fearing another man, or why am I doing that stuff? You know?
That's so true, you know. When you know everything is written, you're just doing your best, and what's happened, you know.
And like you said, it could be worse. It could have been bionic body or legs, or it could have been bionic body or death.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? So you got the better part out of the options.
Yeah, true.
You know, and like you said, everything happens for a reason. There's a reason that man, like I believe in that. I believe that everything happens for a reason. Like you never know, that man who took you to hospital, maybe he left his house late that day, or maybe he was going a different road than he usually takes. So you never know. I mean, are you still in contact with this man? Have you met him?
No. I was too young. But yeah, definitely what you say is 100% true. You know, sometimes it's some little thing in your life can change forever life of
just from
someone else.
From one thing. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this guy really saved our life.
You should try and find him, bro. And see if he's still around.
Yeah, that's true. Because
there must be a way
Yeah.
to go to the hospital and find the
Yeah.
records of who brought
Yeah.
you in. And I think that'll be very
Yeah.
interesting for you. And I think that will be a beautiful thing for
To
you and
say
your
thank
mom and
you.
your brother
Say thank
to
you.
meet him
Yeah.
again now.
To say thank
And
you.
if he's
Yeah.
not alive, to meet his
Yeah.
children, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I think that would be amazing.
Very great. Yeah.
And for him
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Imagine him seeing this monster and going and going, by
This
the
is the
way,
guy I
this is
saved,
yeah,
like,
this is
yeah.
I'm the little kid that you took to hospital, who you probably thought died.
Yeah.
This is what I became. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Because of a
crazy, yeah.
decision you made.
That's crazy.
And when you do that, I want to film it.
Yeah. That's
I wanna go.
crazy. That's
No, but
crazy.
that's something
This
you
is
should
the
do.
guy you save, like, you
Yeah.
know.
Like,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because in his head, I'm sure he's thinking either one, you died,
Yeah.
or two, you didn't amount
Yeah.
to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Very hard. It's still hard, but
Yeah.
I mean, this guy we can see today, you know, dad.
Dude, that might change everything for him. He might have not had the best of lives,
Yeah.
but hearing or seeing what one decision he made did, because through that one decision and through that one thing he didn't save one life.
Yeah.
He created another 3
Exactly.
because of your children.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So that's 4 lives
That's crazy.
because of a decision he made.
Yeah.
And I think that's beautiful, bro. And I get what you're saying, because I was lying in bed with my wife the other day, and she was like, we were watching something called Quantum Leap. It's a very old show where the guy can go into the past and then they can change things and stuff. And she said, if you could go back to the past, what would you change about your life? And I said, I wouldn't change one thing, because if I changed one thing, I wouldn't have my children now.
Yeah. Everything gonna be different.
Like these people who I love and are my best friends and whatever, everything I
Yeah.
love now,
Yeah.
dear,
Yeah.
it'll be different. So
True.
I wouldn't
True.
I wouldn't change anything at all.
True. That's a good point. You know, sometimes I would say, because I lost one brother, you know, I would like to save, you know, my brother. You know, it was my big brother. That's why I say we was a big family, because my mom have 9 children, and we lost. It was short, you know,
Wow.
because in my not a country, but when I from French Guyana is very dangerous country, very dangerous, you know, and I was shot was on party, and so if I can, you know, if I can go to the past, you know, I
This
would
is
like
what you
to
would do,
see,
yeah.
because he had a daughter, you know, so he lived, you know, one daughter without his father. So if I can, for sure, you know, this is one thing I would like to do. But yeah, as you said, life is life, you know. So
You have to ride the wave, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stand on the surfboard and see where it takes you. What message do you have for people who are in your situation, both young people who are getting into the situation and maybe some people who are older who aren't finding a way out, who aren't finding a way to push forward? Because again, it doesn't necessarily need to become Bionic Body too, because that was your journey and that was the path that was created for you. But what things do you think, you know, that they need to learn?
I would say there is always a window, you know, for the better situation. Try to stay positive, you know, even if it's hard. I know it. Try to stay positive and to just stay step by step, you know, and be better than you were yesterday. And at the end, it's a big win. Trust me, it's a big win. So you don't need to do, as you say, like Bionic Body or someone else. Just try to find a way to be happy, because life, it's all about that, you know. Be happy, even if you are you living like me with a disability, you know, without legs, we don't care. At the end, you still, and thanks to God, we're still alive, and this is the main point. So just try to find the positive way to do something you love, and step by step, be confident and live, because life going on, So if you don't try to live like to do something makes you happy, to feel free, to feel great, your life gonna be hard, and more today. So step by step, stay focused, stay positive, and just do what you can. That's a big win.
No, I think also personally that disability is also 50% mental.
Sure.
Maybe, okay, the numbers. I can't give you a number, but I mean,
you're right.
Because, for example,
everything is
you
mortal.
don't have legs, but you're pressing more than me, and you're training legs more than me. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes people can get crippled mentally so much so that it doesn't matter how many. You can have 3 legs, you're still not going to use them because your mind is in such control over you, because you let it cripple you and hold you. That I think a lot of people have to understand, and that's what, to go on the point that you were saying, is that fix that. And first, you won't even notice that as much because you have the will to achieve more, because you've achieved more than a lot of people who have all of their limbs. Do you know what I mean? So where is the disability? It's in the head for most people.
Mindset, and this is the main point. Is everything starts here. Once you decided to do something here, you can be sick, you can be whatever. You stay focused on your goals.
I believe in that because I mean, some people think I'm crazy when I think that people can heal themselves mentally from diseases. Like I believe that there's people who have healed themselves of stuff like cancer and all of this stuff by mentally doing it. I believe that the body, I think we're that connected with the universe and with our cells. And I believe that if you give the negative thoughts to your cells in your body, that if you give up, your body will go, okay, I guess we're giving up.
We are not crazy. I used to also to talk to myself, and this is it's a good point also, you are not crazy because you are talking with yourself. And sometimes, as we say at the beginning, I just don't want to do, I want to stay in my bed and say, okay, I'm tired, or I have knee pain, I have, but take a rest and say, okay, Edgar, you need to do that, you need to do that. So let's go. Let's go. It's only 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, and then that's it.
And it only lasts for the first 10 minutes. Once you're in the gym and you do one, you just see one. It's good. I'm glad I came in.
Okay.
And some of the best sessions I've had in the gym have come on the days that I didn't want to go. Sometimes when I felt the strongest or when I felt the best, it's days that I was like, oh no, fuck this day, I can't be bothered. And then my body was just like, just go. There might be some cute girl in the gym, you can look at her, or just anything. Like, do you know what I mean? And then you went, and then they were the best days.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you open the door of the gym, you feel like, put your music on, you get like a double, pumped. Let's go.
What does the future have in store for you now? What are your future plans apart from moving everyone to Dubai?
The future, I would say, keep that Bionic Body classic grow, for sure. As I told you, I would like to do something different, not Paralympics, because I think I'm too old now. But it's something, to be honest, it's something maybe like 4 months ago. It's something I had in my mind, to start running. I start like running every 3 times a week. And I give up, I give up, but we never know, because I used to run like it's not crazy, but like for 30 minutes 3 times a week for the beginning with my blade, and then something I give up, but maybe I will be back.
Try it, bro. You've got the genes for it, bro. It's only 100 meters. Even though we're old, bro, we just need that energy for like 10 seconds, bro. And then that's it. You never know. It might be something again. And because you have that mentality of challenge, you might think, nah, fuck this. I'm going to win a gold medal in the Paralympics sprinting. You never know, bro. You have the genes for it, bro. And you still have the body for it.
I need to lose weight and stuff like that to be more athletics than bodybuilder. So
do the hammer throw.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So get that Bionic Body Classic grow. Maybe doing one in Dubai. Why not? And keep my training session. Keep it. Maybe I still learn also, but sometimes I had in my mind, doing bodybuilding back to on stage, but it's still in my mind. So we will see, and try to be happy, do something I love, and to see my kids grow and my family happy, and
Dude, man, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. The time flies so fast when you're having fun.
Thank you for inviting me. Because as you say, it's something we try to do.
We planned for a while,
for a while,
But again, everything happens for a reason.
For a reason.
Maybe it happened at this time, so your son could see the studio.
You told me that maybe 3 weeks ago when I told you I forget because I back in UK for the Arnold and stuff like that, and I forget.
Yeah. And dude, your English is perfect. I don't know what you're complaining about.
This is a big mistake we do in France. We don't speak English.
Yeah.
And that's very, very big mistake, because there is some countries we can speak French. Switzerland. Some Quebec in Canada, but the main language still English. So we used to speak minimum English. After that, maybe Spanish, stuff like that. But English and French people, we used to know, French people don't speak English, because we feel like we are the best.
French. I'm from England, man. So you already know that we have beef, bro. Here's an idea for you, man. Why don't you start the Bionic Body podcast, but do it only in English? And through doing that, your English will get better and better and better, because every week you'll be having conversations with guests.
Since I'm in Dubai, for example, my English, I can hear that it's getting like a normal, to find my word and to say, oh, it's you, that's cool. But I think to doing podcasts, I need to practice again.
No, bro, just get it on.
Because you're doing well, and you need to feel
comfortable in
the language.
Yeah, because sometimes in like a lot of people who speak a different language, they'll be like, because when you speak a different language, you can't show there's different sides of you, right? The French is not the same. Maybe you have more jokes because your mind's thinking quicker and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But this don't look. You know the challenges, bro. It's a challenge. I challenge you. Bionic Body Podcast 2023 in English.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. When you get a French person, you can do your French thing. But other than that, in English. Dude, it's been absolutely amazing to have you. We'll have you on again in the future. Maybe I'll guest on your podcast for your first episode, right?
For sure. But at this time, we're going to speak in French. So you need to practice.
Allez, mon frère. Allez. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been AJ. He's been Bionic Body. Edgar. Boom.